Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of creating a responsive website. And by that I mean a website that looks good on mobile, tablet, or desktop, and it doesn't take a lot of tweaking of every site to make it work. So this principle has to do with three main building blocks within Groove Pages, and that is blocks, elements, and containers. They should have been in another order: blocks, containers, and elements. So what we're going to do is create a new page, and it's going to be a blank page so we can work at it and you can see what I'm talking about. So the first thing you put on a page is a block, and we're going to grab a wireframe empty block with one empty container in it. So it's very simple. So this what we have is an empty container, and if you look down here at the bottom, you can always see the map of what's inside of what's inside of what. So this container is inside the block we got, which is inside the body of the page. All right, now we want to add some text to that. So we go to Elements, we grab a header text, we stick it inside the container. So again, checking it, we have text inside a container inside a block. Okay, let's make this header look decent. We're going to go ahead and do that by centering it, and I'm messing with the controls over here on the right side, and we're going to make it bigger so it looks really stands out, right? Then what we're going to do is we're going to add some regular text, and that's down here under paragraph. We grab that, we stick it up under the header. Okay, so now we have two elements. We have a text element and another text element. The first one is the header, the second one is just regular text. Okay, so let's say you're looking at that and you say, well, it kind of would look nicer if this text was squeezed a bit to be more in line with the outer edge of this looks decent. All right, so in order to do that, we are not going to grab these white things. We are not going to grab this red thing. What we're going to do is we're going to try to get this entire piece of text centered and shrunk. And the way to do that is you go to Elements, you grab another container, you bring it in, and you put it inside your original container. So now look what we have. We have text, we have a container, and we have text. This container is a container within a container, and that's where we want our text element to be. So we're going to click on the text. We're going to grab this little control here, and that lets us drag it right up into the other container. All right, now we have text inside a container, inside a container. Now what we're going to do, excuse me, we're going to take this, the closest container to the text, right? The one that's holding the text element. We're going to change its size, and we're going to pull it down to like 50%. Well, you see, that doesn't look good, does it? Because it's now moved over to the left. And what we're going to do now to fix that is go to the container that container is in. So we're now going back to the original container, the container that holds all of the text plus the other container. And in here, we're going to go to Layout. And this layout is something you can only do on containers. Vertical, we click on this, and voila. We just moved that text into the center. Now here's what I want you to know. If you try to do that any other way, you're going to end up with a mess here, here, and especially here. But you see how it did it here? It caused it to be 50% of the size of the screen, and it lined it up in the center. If we take this off, it's all the way to the left. If we move it to the center, that's where it is. And that is how you organize elements. A lot of it has to do with putting them in a container, shrinking the first container, and then centering it with this vertical setting right here. Hope that's helpful. If you have questions, submit them below. If you like the video, if it's helpful, like it, share it, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll have more videos coming out tomorrow.